Fala galera, eu sou o Cauê Paciornik, está começando hoje mais um Cauê Entrevista. Hoje estou com Eagle Cherry. So, hey Eagle, thank you so much. That's a pleasure to have you here.
Good to be here.
In our conversation, I want to talk about past, present, future, okay? So, starting with the present, you just released it, Become a Light,
Yeah.
your new album, and I have two questions. One about more technical, about the production, that I'd like to know how you did that between two different places.
Yeah, so we did half the album in Los Angeles and the other half in Sweden. My mother was Swedish, my father was American, so that's me. I'm 50-50. So the album is a representation of who I am. So it's always interesting. I've done it before. I did it like with my album Living in the Present Future. I did like half of it with Rick Rubin in New York. And that album is a little more, if you listen to that one, there's more contrast between the two sounds. But this album, I think it's actually quite symbiotic. It all kind of floats together. So it's because it's who I am, it feels completely normal to do it like that because I need to be in the States a little bit just to get that inspiration that I get, and getting to like work with Mark Stormer from the Killers and just getting that kind of inspiration was really good.
And the emotional part of that album, because I know that Become a Light, it's a tribute to your mother, right? How was that for you to wrote this? How do you feel?
It's funny when you write because, sometimes you go in and you don't know, you don't have a plan. And then by the end of the day, you go, oh, wow, where did that come from? And this was one of those songs where I was working with Jamie Hartman, and that day, for some reason, I don't know, we started talking, and then I started thinking about the day when we buried my mother, her funeral, and we just started writing that song. And she died 2009, so for some reason, 16 years later.
That was the first song that you wrote for that album?
Yeah, not for the album, no. It was one of the later songs, but yeah, that day and the first line, "Who the fuck cares what tie I wear?" I just remember that moment when I was getting ready for the funeral and thinking, "Is this the right time?" And then suddenly I'm like, "What the fuck? My mother is getting buried. Who cares?" But then there's that thing of all the people that travel from all over the world to come to her funeral, and that feeling of being, in a way, so aware of being alive, and feeling the wind, the breeze, and the smells, and then feeling that my mom is still here. She's become a light, and she's going to be with me from here on, So that's where that song came.
And do you think that do you understand that for some people, your music is a kind of light for them in a good moments and a moment of reflection? Do you feel that and do you see that?
Well, I can feel it on stage when we play, but that's what you hope. I mean, I listen to a lot of music. I love going to concerts, and I think music is that, like, if you're at a good concert and the doors are closed and you forget everything that's going on outside, you forget whatever problems you have that day, and we're all in agreement. This is the place to be. This band is the best in the world, and we need more of that in the world, There's so much people, all this polarization and all this disagreements. But if you're at a good concert, it's one of the few moments in the world where everyone's like, doesn't matter what politics or whatever, that's the shit right now.
Yeah. And what was the last concert that you went? Because I read an interview of you for some years ago. You were talking about Olivia Rodrigo, Lil Nas X, Phoebe Bridgers. What are you listening nowadays?
I've been listening to Good Neighbors, a band that I've been getting into. But also I've had a period of going back to a lot of the classics. Mississippi John Hurt,
Wow.
the blues and stuff like that. So it goes in waves, But there's one of the frustrations I have now is there's so much music.
Yeah.
With all this streaming and everything, it's like it's impossible to find everything. So sometimes that's why sometimes I just go back to the old school, because it just gets too much and I'm like, oh, this is good. This is good. This is good. Yeah.
And you said about this new movement, about a lot of music's happening, and we have to talk about this. What do you think about this AI generation and those music that are not music? They're just doing those robotic stuff. What do you think about that?
How much time do we have?
Well, how much time do we have, guys?
I mean, it's moving really fast.
Yeah.
So it feels like yesterday where someone says, "Oh, have you checked this out, AI?" And now it's just like it's actually happening, and there's music on the charts that's AI generated. There are record companies signing AI, which makes no sense to me.
No sense.
But my daughter showed me, and she showed me, she instructed what we wanted. So, a song about Brooklyn sung by a girl with this kind of sound. And about, 1 minute later, I'm sitting there listening to a song that was pretty good. And that was pretty shocking. I was like sitting there like going, what the? So I don't really, I can say that I'm very happy that I've been in this business for a long time. I've already had my ride because I think it's going to get pretty crazy soon.
Yeah, we're closer to dark times, maybe.
But I'm hoping, I remember so well when Nirvana came and rock music. Before that was a lot of Bon Jovi and a lot of hair rock. And then Nirvana came and just said, remember this? And changed the whole music scene in a day, And somehow I'm hoping that AI will prompt people to gravitate towards music that's obviously very real and very honest. And I would love to hear some out-of-tune guitars and out-of-tune singing and just stuff that's just not so perfect, because everything right now is just like, it's too perfect.
Yeah. And you said about rock music. Do you consider your new album a rock album?
There's rock music on it. Yeah. But there's also like Become a Light is a ballad. And then I have one of my favorite on there is Long Way Home, which is very acoustic. But there's definitely a few, we turned up the guitars and rocking out.
Bro, that's pretty cool.
I've been writing some songs that are like songs that are missing on my set list. So Remember What You Did Last Night is one of those songs that I need a song like this on the set list.
Great.
Right.
And one thing that AI, I think that can do is bring us to memories and some stuff. And I have to tell you, I was one guy that used to listen a lot, like Save Tonight and Fall in Love Again on my high school.
That because I'm sitting here right now.
No, I can prove you. When I was in high school, and AI can bring that for reality. And as I told you in the beginning, I want to talk back in the past. What's the importance of these songs, and you don't get tired of they playing that nowadays?
Oh, no. Luckily, Save Tonight, I think it's a really good song. So it would have been really frustrating if I felt like, oh, man, that's not one of my better songs. But I think Save Tonight is a great song. I'm very happy I stayed home that day when I wrote it. And I often say that if having a worldwide hit song like Save Tonight is a problem, that's a damn good problem to have. But yeah, I mean, if people see me, that's the song that comes into their head. That song and me are like this,
Yeah, it's all like the same.
Yeah, they don't think about a song like Shooting Up in Vain or all these other songs that I think are great. No, they think about Save Tonight. But that's, I think every songwriter's dream is to write a song that can stand the test of time. Save Tonight is probably going to live longer than I do. And that's, to me, is like, I did it. That's what you hope to do.
And we are here in Brazil. I know that you are just working here, a lot of press and things to do. When will you see playing live? When we have concerts here?
Good question, man.
Do we have dates? Can we say
no
something?
dates yet. I'm here laying the groundwork. It's like, we're build it and they will come.
Okay.
So
stay tuned.
Stay tuned, but sooner than later. Yeah.
Can you tell a little about your relation with Brazil? Because you always say that it's a great place to be here. Do you remember when you were at Big Brother 10?
Yeah.
How was that experience?
I remember that well. That was mainly because it was so tight. We had to get in there, set all the stuff up without anyone of them, the brother people, noticing. And then start exactly on time because it's live. And I've never, because I have a couple of crew guys that have been with me all the time, and they always like cool, but this time they were stressed, running around, just
so crazy.
Like quick sound check, and then these kids came out and drank as much as they could in those 25 minutes that we were playing. But it was funny because it's like, then after that, you know, I'd be going to restaurants and people working at Big Brother.
That's right.
So I realized that everybody was watching
the
that.
biggest reality show here in Brazil.
Yeah.
Do you like reality shows, those program shows, TV shows?
No.
I know that at the beginning you were an actor, right?
Yes.
You worked at South Beach, right? At NBC.
That was one show I did.
Yeah.
Yes. You've done your research.
Yeah. Do you still thinking about acting nowadays, or something like, no, I just think about soundtracks or something like this?
No, I'm not acting like as a career. I did, you know, because I live in Sweden, so I've done a couple movie things there, more because it's fun. And I did one weird thing where I had a girlfriend that was the one that got me to move to Sweden, and she and I broke up many years ago. But she's a big actress in Sweden. And then they asked me, would you do a movie where you play her husband in New York City where we met? So I was like, hey, that sounds pretty crazy. So I did that. But no, I wouldn't go back to acting. And no, I'm not that into reality shows.
Okay. And for the end, I have two more questions. The first one is one that I always ask is, if you have to choose one song to listen every day for the rest of your life, which song would you choose?
Oh, Save Tonight.
Awesome.
No, it's hard. But it's,
I won't ask you the reason.
No, the reason I say that is because, in a way, that's how it's become. Because it's a song that I always play, and I have friends who are musicians that don't always play their hit song. You go to their concert, and they don't play that song.
Yeah.
And you go backstage and you go, why didn't you play the song? They go, oh, I'm so sick of that song. I can't play it. I'm like, everybody's there to hear it live, you know. So I'm happy that I've managed to write a song that I actually still love to play. But I don't know what I would choose.
Yeah, any song that you...
Any song that I would choose.
From any other artist.
That you have to hear every day for the rest of your life. You'll have to edit this because
don't worry.
I want to find it. It's funny that I haven't actually answered this question before. I'll probably like No Woman, No Cry.
Okay. Yeah. Any special reason?
Well, Bob Marley is also one of these artists that's he's timeless, and it's one of the few things. It doesn't matter where I've been in the world, all over, you'll hear Bob Marley. Like everybody, you know, you can be in Africa, you can be in Japan, in Brazil.
Yeah,
someone will play a Bob Marley.
Great inspiration.
So he's timeless, and then he managed to make music with a message, which I really, in this cynical world that we live in, he actually really wrote songs, political songs, and he got the message across, and I think I respect that.
Great choice. As I told you, I had two more questions. The last one is one that, you know, are you still having fun yet after all these years and producing all these things?
Yes, I'm still having fun.
Yeah.
But I'm only going to do this when I'm still having fun. So if I'm out here, you'll know I'm still having fun.
Cool.
But I got the best job in the world, man. You know, get to travel around and play music.
That's great.
Doesn't get better than that.
That's good to hear that, and hope to see you playing live.
Yes, me too.
Soon in Brazil, okay?
Yes.
Thank you so much. That was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Guys, see you.